Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you gotta talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my coat card. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael. Right. I'm Michael now. Right. Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now. No.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
You are not going to believe this tea I'm about to spill on Meek Mill and Diddy. I got all the exclusive details on what went down between these two, and it is juicy. Meek Mill just broke his silence and exposed Diddy, saying he couldn't even walk for a whole week because of something that happened with Diddy. Can you believe that the streets are talking and everyone wants to know what did Diddy do to leave Meek Mill laid up and unable to walk? This is some serious drama brewing between these two hip-hop heavy hitters.
When the Lil Rod lawsuit came out and there's the gay allegations about Meek Mill as well as Usher, but Meek Mill was the one that got real upset. He said, I'm not gay. Like he's everyone stop asking me if I'm gay. I'm not gay. And then you went in and then he essentially threatened to kill you.
So essentially what happened is we've been, I do long live streams. I'm streaming for like 5-6 hours. Like, when these things are happening, we're not just giving quick takes. Like I'm going, like even today, I bought the Christian Combs document, like the entire lawsuit. We're reading it word for word. We want to see what's because a lot of times on these sites, I've always said, like, I kind of pride myself on trying to go the extra mile. A lot of people just go to, like, say, I don't know, Rolling Stones or Variety, and they see a summary of what's in a lawsuit, and they regurgitate it and even make it even smaller, and they put that out. Yeah. Well, I got time, and people want deep dives, no Diddy, and we got a lawsuit. So the Lil Rod lawsuit we got.
Yeah, I read through the whole thing,
and it didn't mention Meek by name. But there was a footnote.
A Philly rapper who used to date Nicki Minaj.
It was like a Jeopardy question.
Duh, who is that? There could only be one person on the planet. Unless there's a Philly rapper that also dated Nicki that no one knows about. It's obviously Meek Mill.
So essentially, I reacted to, I literally found out on stream, like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, no way Meek Mill was in these freak-offs. Like, I know we've seen the video in the pool and the matching outfits, but no. Meek is like the toughest, biggest gangster. Like, he's like a killer. Like, no way he's like getting, bent over by Diddy, the diddler. So I reacted like, I'm not even believing it. That reaction went viral. And the next day, Meek, as I said, he's a special type of stupid, as 50 would say. He's seen me reacting to it and thought I made it up. So he's like, yo, you know what I'm gonna do to academics when I catch him? Now, previously me and Meek had a truce.
Bro, I remember, because I remember the last couple of times I brought his name, and you're like, hey, listen, me and Meek are cool right now. I don't want to take these shots at him.
We had a truce, but Meek and him being so dense and being so dumb, he actually thought that I made up the lawsuit. And by the way, even after he started threatening me, and I said, I didn't make it up. I said, just clear up whatever it is, but I didn't make it up. You know what he said? This is clearly AI generated. I'm like, yo, Meek, Meek is so dumb he couldn't even spell AI. Like, how the hell you know this is AI generated? Bro, this is an actual lawsuit. I'm showing him, like, look, it's filed in federal court.
Right.
Nah, this
Here's
is lies.
the PDF file.
Exactly. So
the PDF's AI.
Yeah, so he basically starts, he says, you know what, man? He's like, yo, he starts going like off the deep end. He hasn't even cleared up the rumors yet. Like, rather than saying, hey, this is lies, I'm gonna have my attorney, deal with any salacious lies spreading about me like a normal entertainer would. I am not gay or whatever the case is, or I've never.
I'm going to give you all the behind-the-scenes info on their relationship and what led up to this shocking revelation from Meek. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this celebrity gossip. So what exactly went down that left Meek Mill unable to walk for a whole week? According to sources close to the situation, it all stems from an incident that occurred recently. When Meek was hanging out with Diddy, the details are still a little sketchy. But from what I've heard through the grapevine, things took a turn for the worse. Real quick word on the street is that Meek and Diddy were together at an undisclosed location when something popped off between them. Now, I don't have all the specifics yet, But it must have been serious for Meek to end up in such bad shape afterwards. Can you imagine not being able to walk for 7 whole days? That's some heavy stuff.
Been in any sexual situation with Diddy, he says, I'm gonna kill you academics, and what I'm gonna do is, he says, first things first, he says, someone send me academics address.
He said, I'll die to shut you down.
Yeah, then he says, I'm going to die to do it. Then it
Which
was so
crazy. Which is crazy. Which is a crazy thing to say. Meek he's cut it out. You're not gonna die to shut down academics. You're a multimillionaire with a great career and kids. Cut it out.
Yeah,
grow up.
Meek literally then tweeted out a couple tweets after. He said, well, the governor just called me. And I was just like, this makes like, wait, you're planning a murder online. And the governor calls you to talk you out of it? Like, also, the reason why him and the governor are in cahoots is primarily because he's the guy that that they kind of taunt around for prison reform.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, I'm down to die over it.
Yeah.
The funny thing, I always tell people, I said this is a gangster rapper paradox when they're threatening a civilian. They say this, yo, I'm gonna kill you, this and third. And if you actually say, all right, I'm not scared of you still, because you usually back out once they say they're gonna kill you, because they're a gangster rapper. They rap about spinning blocks, Glocks, and switches. They're the killers of the earth, okay? When you tell me you're not scared of them, they flip it on you. Man, you just trying to trick me out of my position. You trying to send me to jail.
Right, he said, I'm gonna treat you exactly to the effects of you influencing I'm gay and I have 3 sons. I'm getting you Addy now, I'm coming.
Then he told me he was gonna record a video and pee on my steps. And I was like,
right.
I imagine Meek just like sneaking up and like, first I'm like, yo, that's a sexual crime already. And Diddy is already into some shit that you're alleged with. Don't pull out your penis on my property. That's a problem. That's a sexual crime. You can't just whip out your dick anywhere, Vlad. You gotta tell these people. Okay. That's a crime.
Yeah.
So he threatened to come. Don't come with the same dick that you and Diddy been doing whatever with and come pee on my property. Afterwards, he said the governor basically told him that he should stop beefing with me. And then he went into this whole tirade of how he's going to, I'm gonna donate some, like so I told him, I said, listen, I said, what's not cool is a rapper like you who's pushing 40. There's nothing wrong with aging, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But still acting like, you're, one night he says, because the people in Philly have been saying, you don't even live here. Like, why do you keep acting like you're still in the trenches, like, and you're living a bad life? You live in a really good life. He lives like in one of the most expensive high-rises in New York City, right?
I don't know.
Like, he just showed off like about like 10 expensive cars that sit in that car face down in South Jersey, right? This guy's living really good.
Yeah.
Except he's saying that he's down to spin, because people from his own hometown said, you're not here like that. You're not actually in the hood. You're rich. He shows up at 3 a.m. in like a Maybach, driving around saying he's looking for his ops.
Now, of course, everybody wants to know what Diddy's role was in all of this. I mean, he and Meek have a history together, so there's got to be more to the story. Did Diddy do something to cause Meek's injury, or was he just there when it all went down?
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this will be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but put the front shot in.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Judge.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours. When you get 16, you good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out some girls.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
All I know is this incident has opened up a whole can of worms, and folks are talking. It's not every day that you hear about a big-time rapper like Meek Mill being laid up and unable to walk, especially not because of another industry heavyweight like Diddy.
They had a recording of Meek and Diddy
making love.
I don't know if it was love.
Okay, you have it. Let's hear it.
What?
Yo, wait a minute. Wait.
You didn't hear this?
No.
Now, Miran, what does that sound authentic?
It absolutely.
again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just really give it a good listen.
People want to make it. They want to make it so badly. You get these vulnerable people. Parents are letting you do this because they want to make it so badly.
Yeah.
And then you record them probably and say, if you do anything, we got this on you.
But before we start jumping to conclusions, we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Meek and Diddy go way back, and their relationship hasn't always been smooth sailing. To really understand what might have led to this shocking turn of events, we've got to dive into their history together and see what kind of tea we can uncover.
Because you missed this. Meek Mills. Well, he said a Philly rapper. You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that because first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J, they had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood whereas that he's dressing the same shit. He dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy? I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all that other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
Now let's break down the history between Meek Mill and Diddy, because it's been a wild ride. These two go way back. They've been collaborating and making moves in the music industry for years. Did he even sign Meek to his management company at one point? So you know there's a lot of history there, but their relationship hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows. If you know what I mean, there have been rumors of tension and beef between them at times. Like, remember when Meek was feuding with Drake? Some folks were saying that Diddy might have been low-key stirring the pot behind the scenes. And then there was that whole situation with Cassie, Diddy's ex-girlfriend. Apparently Meek and Cassie were spotted getting a little too cozy at a party. And let's just say Diddy wasn't too thrilled about it. Talk about drama.
Mr. Meek Mills. Well, he said a Philly rapper. You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that, because first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J, they had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood whereas that he's dressing the same he dressing like Diddy, hugged up with Diddy. I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all that other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
But despite the ups and downs, Meek and Diddy have always seemed to find their way back to each other. They've collaborated on tracks, performed together on stage, and even partied it up in the club. It's like they have this love-hate relationship that keeps them connected even when things get rocky. So when news broke that Meek was laid up and couldn't walk for a week because of something that went down with Diddy, people were shook, like what could have happened between them that was so serious. Did their past issues finally come to a head, Or was this something completely out of left field?
Man, listen to me, bro. I was having a conversation with somebody and they were saying the feds are so deep and involved in this that Diddy just might be called up on that Tupac shit once they go through the money trail. Once they go through the money trail and find out why certain people was given certain positions, that it may be a problem. Because they're gonna look at all that. Anything they can bring up, they're gonna bring it up.
Wow. So you think it's possible that they might pit Pac murder on Diddy?
Yeah. That's why that tape of Cassie was released. So anybody who was willing to try to help him, anybody was trying to say that he ain't capable of doing this and he ain't capable of doing that, they got it right there on videotape.
But you being around at that time, right? Because you was working at Bad Boy at that time when, you know, the whole Pocket Big thing was going on. You personally, do you think they can get Diddy on Pac murder?
Well, they always said something about $1 million check, and nobody knew where the $1 million came from. Puff may have said it in a couple of rap songs and things like that. But they would have to trace the check back to if that check Eric Von Zip had. And I'm not gonna say the person who they said they gave it to because I've said it before, and I told people who contacted me that I would bring old boy name up on there because of situations that he's having in the federal government right now. So if they trace it back to Eric Von Zip and say, why were you on, and he's dead now, but they have to explain why did he was able to get some publishing money or some kind of deal off the sale of Black Ground Records, and they put him as Tank manager or Tank something for Tank, this, that, and the third. Why did they do that?
Yeah, I got you. And when you say check, right, just to get some clarity for the people that don't know what you're talking about, you talking about the $1 million check, right, that they put on Tupac to get him killed, the hit?
Yeah. What I'm talking about is that if Puff has said on a couple of records that he'll pay $1 million to, you know, but he was just talking to people randomly. So now everybody said that, and Keefy D said that Puff told them that he'll give them $1 million. Now, do we believe that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't. Because it was situations whereas that it could have got done by certain people that was around them, but it didn't happen. So when Zip came up with the check for $1 million, he said it was from Black Ground Records. And he said that who he got that money from. So now, if that's true, then the feds would have to go in and do a money trace on where did that check come from. And then they're gonna say, why? Why was that check given to Eric Von Zip or Eric Zip Martin or Eric Martin? Why did that check was given to him? And saying that he had something to do with Tank. And he sold the company, which wasn't all his company anyway, for $1 million.
The streets are buzzing with theories and speculation, but one thing's for sure, this incident has put a whole new spotlight on Meek and Diddy's complicated relationship And with Meek finally breaking his silence on the situation, you know it's about to get even more interesting, Well, look who decided to finally speak up and spill the tea. That's right, after days of speculation and rumors swirling, Meek Mill has broken his silence on the whole situation with Diddy. And let me tell you, the streets are talking.
You right, man. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, you got a good point, man. Why is TD Jakes at a Diddy party? I mean, it don't make no sense, man.
Well, you know, I grew up in the church, bruh. You understand? I Pentecostal church, then Baptist, Methodist. I've been in all the churches, man. You know, I almost was a 7-day evangelist. But what I do know, the sinners do not. The saints supposed to separate themselves from the sinners. You could tell the difference between a saint and a sinner. You understand? So him being up in a Diddy party, and it wasn't like that he wasn't partying, because the tape that I saw, he was dancing. And I'm like, wow, this the Rev at the Diddy party? I wonder who he laying hands on, who he saved. But all jokes aside, man, you know, the saints supposed to be separate from the sinners. There's no way that you know what happens in Diddy party and you supposed to be a Christian. You understand? You supposed to be his spiritual advisor, and you up in this party. Why are you there? Because it ain't like he can't come to your church, he can't come to your office. And I know that, you know, you are a part of Revolt. You understand? But are you looking for something else up in there? We just gonna hope that he ain't looking for the same thing Eddie Long was looking for.
You knowing Diddy, right? You've been knowing him since the beginning. Like, what happened, man? Like, what made him get into all this freaky stuff? Like him making his girl look up BBCs and him making male prostitutes smash his girl. Like, what happened, man? Like, I'm sure he was a normal dude at first. Like, what made him get into all this weirdo stuff?
Bro, one individual is not here to defend himself, and that's Andre Harrell. Russell Simmons was one of his mentors too. What is Russell Simmons going through? He's going through women saying that he was abusive, women saying that they raped him, women saying that he drugged them. If you learn things like that from the people that you're around, the people that you hold high regards to, then you're going to become what they were. And with the fact that you taking drugs and everything now.
Meek took to social media to share his side of the story, and he didn't hold back in a series of posts. He opened up about what really went down between him and Diddy, and it was juicy. I've been quiet for too long, Meek wrote. It's time for the truth to come out. What happened with me and Puff was some real shit, but it's being twisted. He went on to explain that the incident wasn't as serious as people were making it out to be, but he admitted that things did get heated between him and Diddy. We had a disagreement, yeah, but it wasn't no fight or nothing like that, Meek clarified, just two brothers having a moment.
It'll go rapid on you. And that's what happened to him, bro. Yo, I seen Puff smoke cigarettes, smoke weed on camera, and that wasn't the same dude that I knew. So I'm looking at this dude like, yo, all he did was go to the third to the fourth power with this shit. He had it in him because he learned it from the beginning by seeing them and by being around them. And that's Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell now, being at those parties.
So Russell Simmons and Andre Harrell is where Diddy got it from. Like all these wild parties and all this freaky stuff, it came from them.
Well, bro, yeah, that's where he got it from. Andre ain't here to defend himself, but he was giving wild parties. They were doing things like that. My man Bill was his bodyguard. So they was doing things like that. So now you got women that came out and said Russell Simmons was doing stuff like that. But Russell Simmons said, I wasn't doing that because I took 7, 8, 9 lie detector tests and I passed them. Yeah, Russell, you also studied your into that Buddhism and that yoga stuff like that, so you know how to control your body to let you know so you don't have any kind of panic mode when you take those tests. Keep it a buck. That's why you got into that Zen shit. You take a lie detector test, it's not gonna come up because you know how to control your body.
Wow, I never thought about that, man. So that's why he be passing all these lie detector tests.
Yeah, because he studied yoga, he studied Zen, he studied all that Buddhism thing, all that shit like that learn how to control his breathing, his mind, his whole 9 yards. That's why when guys, if you ever seen somebody giving polygraph tests, and they used to do it in our office and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? They have to ask you questions that you know that you're gonna tell the truth at, and questions that you know that you're gonna lie to. So all he did was master that by mastering the control of his body.
But that's not all. Meek also took a moment to address the rumors about his injury and not being able to walk, and all this talk about me being laid up and can't walk. Man, yo really blew that out of proportion. He wrote, I'm good, just needed some rest. I'll be back on my feet in no time. As soon as Meek broke his silence, the internet went wild. Fans were flooding his comments with messages of support and love, while others were trying to read between the lines and figure out what really happened.
Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, you told me before that you was at a party before that they attended, and you said the party was weird. Tell me about that.
Okay, this is boxer. His name Twan. He's from our neighborhood. He was married to Tanisha Arnold. So the broad played Pam on Martin Lawrence. We went to the party with her. I mean, it was matter of fact, it was a set it off party. Jada Pinkett, Vivica Fox, all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? It was just seemed like Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on, you know what I'm saying? The vibes ain't there. I guess that's what Tupac was talking about, the Illuminati and shit. It's like Vivica Fox was with this big gay man. He was 6'9". They called his name 6'9". He had the red hair with a big old booty and shit. Nobody was gay enough over. What the fuck is going on here? It's just a lot of weird shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? That shit, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what Tupac, I guess he wanted to get up out of the Illuminati or something. But I seen her there. That matter of fact, MC Lyte pulled off with Tanisha Arnold. You know what I'm saying? In her brand new 560, black one. Yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, that's some weird ass shit going on, you know? Yeah.
And what was Tupac doing at the party, yo?
Him and Puff was there together. They was there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know how they fucking fell out or nothing like that. They was road dogs, you know what I'm saying? They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck. Him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture?
Nah, I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure I came across it.
Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party that day. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit. That whole fucking, yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, bunch of, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no gay basher or nothing. I mean, none of that shit, but that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that whole party was weirdoed out. Yeah, and it was Jada Pinkett. What?
You saying the whole party was weird. What did you see at the party that made it weird? I mean, I'm confused.
I guess it was the Illuminati. It's just weird. I know I wouldn't want to be part of no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from the old school, dude, and that shit wasn't really tolerated with my generation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hate crime, yes, but it's more tolerated these days and nothing like that. It's more, you know what I'm saying, more open now, you know what I'm saying? But back then it was kind of fishy, you know what I'm saying? Still kind of fishy.
Even other celebrities started weighing in on the situation. Some were taking Meek's side, while others seemed to be more skeptical. I don't know, man, something ain't adding up. One rapper tweeted Meek and Diddy been tight for years. What could have made them fall out like this? But regardless of what people think, one thing's for sure, Meek Mill speaking out has only added fuel to the fire. The tea is hot, and folks are thirsty for more details. What really went down between these two hip-hop heavyweights, and what does this mean for their relationship moving forward?
But there's more, out there now.
The incident y'all had with Warren G and Kid Frost. Tell me about that, my man.
Okay, Kid Frost had gave a party at the House of Blues. One of our big homeboys wanted to go with us. You know what I'm saying? So he went with us and he said, "Ooh, you young niggas have fun." So one of Kid Frost's homies still on my big homie. But he didn't know that he was around, it was maybe about 20 of us. So the dude that socked my big homie, we beat the dog shit out of him. So my big homie, he came to. He like, "That's the motherfucker?" We like, "Yeah." And there was 2 security guards had him. Had the dude that we beat up from Kid Frost entourage. So my big homie knocked that motherfucker out while the Yellow Jackets with the event security, they had the dude. So my homie still knocked him out. Boom! So the dude with the Yellow Jacket was talking shit. "Man, what the fuck is wrong with him?" My homeboy knocked out him too. Bam! Like, woo! So the other one like, "Man, he got back." The little Jamaican dude come up talking shit. "Man, you going crazy?" My homeboy socked him too. So we went down to get our car from valet. And it was the dude, "It's LBC." And he like, "What the fuck is that?" And he said, "It's Long Beach City Crip." So my homeboy knew this dude was an imposter. If you from Long Beach, you gonna say Rolling 20s or Insane. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say a real block boy. You know what I'm saying? 19th Street. You gonna say something. A real Crip. So this nigga say he's from Long Beach City Crip. My homeboy like, "Wait a minute." And knocked him out too. So Warren G and them was down there, him and Cedric Wallace waiting on their cars. And they seen my homeboy get busy like that, so they had left before us, went up to Fat Burgers. So we came, got in our shit. They finally brought our cars from valet. We went up to Fat Burgers. And Warren G and Cedric Wallace was up there already, eating their shit and shit. So we came in there, the big homie like, "Hey, motherfucker." He pointed at Cedric Wallace, like, "Man, you been dumping us for years, mother. I'm losing all my motherfucking money betting on your motherfucking ass." So Warren G was right there. He like, my homie like, "Man, that's a nice ass watch." So he like, "Man, let me try that on." You know what I'm saying? So by then, somebody got my homeboy attention, and he turned his head. Shit, Cedric Sabalas and what's his name was in it. He was in a ragtop 500 Benz. This motherfucker like jumped off. I mean, he drove up off the motherfucker. He didn't even pay attention to the curve. He jumped off of the curve instead of using the driveway. That shit was funny as mother. My homeboy like, "Damn, he almost bust his whole fucking engine block." Yeah, that shit was funny as a motherfucker. Like, damn. Yeah.
I have a feeling this is just the beginning of the drama, with Meek breaking his silence and Diddy staying tight-lipped. There's bound to be more twists and turns in this story. All I know is I'll be keeping my ear to the streets and my eyes on the gram, because something tells me this tea is about to get even juicier. The fallout from this Meek Mill and Diddy situation is about to be juicy. The streets are buzzing with speculation about what's next for these two hip-hop heavy hitters. Will they kiss and make up? Or is this the end of their bromance?
We gonna get you and your little dog too. And congratulations, young man. Run as fast as Cassie did.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
it ain't real life. Just ain't real.
Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
That fucker. I'm sorry, I'm a little upset about it. Cause Al B. Sure just came out of his coma, and I've been talking to Al, and we've been texting back and forth, and I'm just glad that he's alive to text.
Definitely.
Yeah. But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Al B. Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was gonna meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you wanna know what they all had in common though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning.
It's clear that this incident has put a strain on their relationship, and folks are wondering if they'll ever be able to bounce back. Meek may have broken his silence, but something tells me there's still more tea to be spilled. And what about Diddy? He's been awfully quiet throughout this whole mess. Is he plotting his next move behind the scenes, or is he just trying to lay low and let the drama blow over? Only time will tell.
Come on. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game fucking with people that you love, that you like, you know, there's too many coincidences.
Too many.
Fuck you, honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog too. And congratulations, young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did. Has anybody asked theyself about that shit?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are asking about what's going on with it. Yeah, a lot of people are looking at it as like that's the way the new relationship should work.
What, to get paid?
Yeah, basically.
She was getting $500K a month. She quit because he dropped her down.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at with it now.
No, but understand this. Think about this. And there are women in this room. Why would you quit? What the fuck is going on that $250,000 ain't enough?
Ladies?
Like, fuck the fact that he... I'm just saying, fuck the fact that he cut from 500 to 200. Who the fuck gives a shit? 200K? Who 250K? Who turning down 250K a month? What the fuck is going on in that relationship that 250K ain't enough?
Could see some things.
That ain't worth 250K. That's gotta be some dark shit. Like, people are not understanding that girl quit $250K. 4 million every quarter. Well, I'm sorry, $1 million every quarter.
Shit.
Now she was getting $2 million a quarter, but then she got, fuck you got going on. That's so deep that it ain't worth $1 million a quarter.
They told a story about Cassie one time, and she was saying someone had asked her why she cut her hair, and she was like, Diddy said he just liked it that way. And they said when she answered the question, it was like she was in a trance. Like, she was just like, I just don't know. Diddy just said he would like my hair this way. And they was like so in awe, like how she didn't even have a thought about it. It was just what he wanted.
One thing's for sure, this revelation has sent shockwaves through the celebrity world. It's not every day that two major players like Meek and Diddy have a falling out like this. The gossip blogs and Twitter fingers are in overdrive, and everyone's waiting to see how this will all play out.
That's how he operates. He has people followed. He has people watched. He does all kinds of fucking. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Too much money.
I feel bad for the kids. Like, don't think that there aren't moments when I'm speaking honestly about that motherfucker that I pray that his children don't hear it. Because that's still their dad. I know what it's like to have a baby with a fucked up ass motherfucker. As much as I can't stand my ex-husband, I would never want my son to feel bad about either one of us being his parent. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I would never want that.
Exactly.
But their father is the fucking devil. He the fucking devil.
Hold that thought. Why do you think TD Jakes was at Puff Daddy's birthday party?
I mean, you know, do you remember when Bernie Mac played the minister Friday?
Yes.
That's how I feel about TD Jakes. Like, that's how I see. Oh, Miss Parker, come to pray. But for him to be at a Diddy party, I don't know. Like, I feel the same way about that as I feel about when Tyler Perry came to his church and laid hands on him and he caught the Holy Spirit from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is the bishop of what? Like, I've never, like, and I cut a check for $100, and I'm gonna lay my hands on you, bishop. And he said, and then the bitch said, it's on the fucking internet. He's doing all of this, right? And then there's a woman on the dais screaming, push the baby out. Birth that baby. I'm like, are we a church? Or is this about to turn into like a whole nother scene, like a lost scene from Eyes Wide Shut? Like, this shit is looking a little weird. I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money and sex. I hope it was for money.
Charitable contribution.
I hope it was for money, because arguing about who's going to put the strap on is, that can be a very uncomfortable situation. You know, we're going to pray on it. Praise the Lord. You know?
Amen.
Speaking of celebrity drama, you'll need to check out our video on how Cassie fired shots at Diddy and exposed how he allegedly took out 5 other celebs that T is piping hot and ties right back into this whole mess with Meek. Don't miss out on the full story.